love this movie. I'm Tim Heidecker, and you're watching On Cinema at the Cinema. Quiet on set! It's On Cinema at the Cinema with me, your host, Tim Heidecker. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our new season of On Cinema at the Cinema. I am Tim Heidecker, and you're watching On Cinema at the Cinema. Season 5 with my guest, Gregg Turkington is back.
Hey guys, good to be here, back in the seat.
Thank you very much. It's been a long time and it's fun to be back with you.
Too long.
And before we get into the movies, thought we could just get a little update on what's been going on with you.
500 movies in 500 days. Still plugging away at it, we're getting there. Pretty soon we'll have some good news as I enter the Guinness Book of World Records.
And so how close are you? What number are you at right now?
We had a little setback. I actually lost the list where I was tabulating
I remember that, yeah.
the movies. So that was 127 movies on that list. So I kind of had to start from scratch to make it honest. So since I started the new list, we're at 141. So we're actually making some good progress. If I find the original list, we can add that to the 141, and then I'll be at 268, and we'll really be on our way. So still looking for the list.
Cool. Well, as for me, I relocated to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, which is where I now live, about 3/4 of the year. And I got myself a Kawasaki motorcycle. It's one of the best motorcycles there are. And I've been riding that around.
I didn't know you were in Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Yeah, I needed to get out of the whole Hollywood scene and the whole LA lifestyle and sort of get back to nature, get back to connecting in with some of the rights that I have as a patriot. And I actually did a Patriot ride from Jackson Hole to LA. Got in yesterday to start doing this season of the show. And, I'm sure I'll get a lot of complaints about this. I let my beard grow out, which has been fun.
You look like Orson Welles. Same sort of beard. And of course, he was well known for being Nostradamus. Of course, Nostradamus had the gift of predicting the future, which is something I wish I had, because then I'd know when the new Hobbit movie's coming out.
Well, you know when the next Hobbit movie's coming out. They put that news out months in advance. You don't need Nostradamus.
But they changed the dates.
Since we kind of missed that first round of summer movies, unfortunately, we of course saw them, and we just want to give you a brief...
I was going to say, I didn't miss them.
No, I mean, we didn't get a chance to be on the air talking about them. I just want to quickly run through the movies that we gave 5 bags of popcorn.
Sure.
Captain America, X-Men, Days of Future Past, Godzilla. Godzilla. Okay, 5 bags of popcorn. A Million Ways to Die in the West, 5 bags of popcorn. Neighbors, Spider-Man Blended, all get the 5 bags of popcorn. And 22 Jump Street, where Jonah Hill gave 5 bags of popcorn from On Cinema at the Cinema, 2 bags of soda.
And maybe throwing a beach ball too.
Okay, summer movies. So a lot of great movies this summer, and we recommend you see all of them right now.
Yeah, set aside some time. There's things to do in the summer, the beach and swimming and that sort of thing, but nothing beats a good old-fashioned movie.
Yeah, and if you're in a hot zone, if you're in a hot part of the country, what better way to get some free air conditioning than seeing a movie? Again,
and
Captain
some
America.
popcorn.
All right, let's talk about the movies coming to theaters this weekend. Deliver Us from Evil, directed by Scott Derrickson, directed by and starring Eric Bana, Edgar Ramirez, Oliva Munn. It's just Munn. Oliva Munn. So we have a New York police officer joins forces with a priest schooled in the rituals of exorcism to combat possessions terrorizing the city. So this is a very scary movie, a very frightening movie, horror movie of the kind of horror movie I love, and I give it 5 bags of popcorn.
I liked it a lot too. It wasn't The Exorcist, and it's very similar. Think, if you will, imagine The Exorcist set in New York City, and I think you get an idea of what we're dealing with here. I'd give it 5 bags of popcorn, 5 scary bags of popcorn, because it's a little frightening.
All right, so go see Deliver Us from Evil. Deliver Us, I was going to add Deliver Us to the movie if you're a UPS driver.
Don't go see it late at night, though, because it might be a little scary walking back to your car after seeing something like this. It's that type of film.
Okay. And Tammy, directed Ben Falcon with Melissa McCarthy, Susan Sarandon, and Dan Aykroyd.
Elwood Blues is back.
Yeah.
35th anniversary of the Blues Brothers this year, and so it's kind of cool to see him back on the screen. He's really a master of the blues, Elwood, but in this movie he's not doing the Elwood blues thing completely, but it's hard to get that out of your mind, you know? So it's kind of distracting, gets in the way of
Well,
the
let me just-
actual
let me-
plot, but
Let me read what the movie's about, and then we could talk about whatever you want to talk about. After losing her job and learning that her husband has been unfaithful, so a woman hits the road with her profane, hard-drinking grandmother by Tammy. Okay. This is a comedy directed by Ben Falcon, and it is starring Melissa McCarthy. It's one of those movies that you got to see. It's hilarious. I laughed my ass off, pardon the French, the whole way through.
well, I mean, if you like the Blues Brothers, it has some of those elements. You've got the road trip angle. You don't have enough music. Dan Aykroyd's an accomplished harmonica player and a great singer. I would have preferred a little more music, but I still like the movie. It's very, very funny.
It's interesting
Very
you
funny.
say it reminds you of Blues Brothers, because if you think about it, Melissa McCarthy is sort of our female version of Jim Belushi. You know, she's got that sort of, she's not skinny, you know, and she's got sort of that mass that makes her sort of that funny, fat, friendly, jolly, sort of like a Santa Claus, but sort of like that Chris Farley, Jim Belushi kind of energy that I think makes her the big star that she is today.
They should have called the movie The Blues Siblings, you know, because she could have been the sister, Blues Brothers, and Blues Brother and
Sisters.
sister.
If you want to do Blues
well, but
Sisters.
Elwood wouldn't be the sister.
But
so
he
yeah.
would cross-dress, and you'd do one of those sort of Monty Python kind of thing.
That's kind of getting
cross-dressing.
away from the spirit of the Blues Brothers.
I love this movie. I give it 6 bags of popcorn and some maybe, 3 bags of soda.
If we had a scale that went to 6 bags, I'd give it 6 bags. Our scale goes to 5 bags of popcorn, and I will award it the 5 bags. I'm going to throw in a little miniature toy harmonica so you can learn how to play like Elwood Blues yourself at home.
All right, well, another season is here, and now for our first of many popcorn classics with Gregg Turkington. Gregg, what did you bring us today?
Well, this is going to be a fun popcorn
We'll let
classic.
this thing run.
This is going to be a fun popcorn classic because, as I mentioned, it's the 35th anniversary of the Blues Brothers. So, I think you're going to like this, Tim. I brought an original Elwood Blues hat and glasses. Rubber biscuit, anyone? To present today's popcorn classic, which is probably not going to be a big surprise to anyone, is the immortal Blues Brothers 2000 from 2000. Of course.
Let me say something about this. I hate this, what they did with this, because Dan Aykroyd, of course, but John Goodman is not a Blues Brother. They had the opportunity to work with Jim. Hold on, I'm talking about this now, because I'm glad you brought this up. Jim Belushi should have been offered that part as the brother in that movie. It makes sense if somebody dies like John Belushi who had died because of drugs. When that brother is waiting in the wings. He looks exactly like him. You might as well use him.
Yeah, but Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi were never real brothers. They were blues brothers. So you can have other blues brothers in life. Mm-hmm. John Goodman, I think, is a legitimate blues brother from Dan Aykroyd. And some of these other guys, you've got James Brown, B.B. King, the Blues Brothers Band, Paul Schaefer. These are all blues people. And this is a blues movie, and I love it, and it will cure the blues. I think it's better than the original. I'd like to see Blues Brothers 2014, maybe later this year. We can only pray.
All right. Thanks for watching. Oh, bring the lights up. Big news. Take that off. You're done with your segment. It's embarrassing. Take it off. Big news for Decker fans out there. I would like to announce that a Decker miniseries is coming to the internet. We're just getting into
doing that?
Stay tuned for more information, but Decker, the miniseries, is coming to web television this summer. Thank you. Doesn't matter who's doing it. Okay? It's going to be a big hit. You should learn a lesson about how to behave. And you got to start clearing popcorn classics with me, because that doesn't belong on the show.